Hello boys and girls, this time I have a new patch on my modular system, um, which I'm really happy, and I wanted to show it to you immediately before I take all the cables out. I have already recorded it and it's ready to go. Um, so this is gonna be a quick video showing you this idea and how it started. Now, some of you might know that Soma Laboratories have a new competition, and they've shared a big folder with a lot of samples that you could use to make a track for the competition. And I just thought, okay, I'll just put it on the Morphogene, see what happens. So I just recorded all the samples one after the other one, and it's playing now on Morphogene, but it's going through a delay with different times, so you get beautiful stereo field left and right if you hear closely. And I'm modulating the times, so it's not that you will get always the same delay time on left or right. Sometimes they will change, that the right will be shorter and the left will be longer, but anyway, that gives it more animation, the sound. So this is one source. The other is just a simple rings drone. With some modulation happening. Comes in and out. It's being triggered by the burst output from the woggle bag. You can hear it's like slow bursts. And this is also in that stereo panning mode. So you get a lot of movement there too, but it's not as extreme as the Morphogene. I have it here on the mixer. I have the panning, not completely hard panning. So it's somewhere in the middle. And of course, the star of the show is something that I want to try. Tides playing at audio rates. It took me a while to understand how it works, but eventually I managed to get something like an ambient melody that I could just listen for hours and hours. So that's tides, and there is nothing sequencing the pitch of tides, but it's just I'm modulating one of the parameters that it makes that sequence. And you actually, because you have 4 outputs, if you analyze what you hear that sometimes you hear chords and sometimes not, because of all the settings and the modulations that happen, which is amazing. When I first managed to do it, I was like, just left it on, I think, for hours, let it play. And it was just pleasant, because somehow it has a major and a minor part, like a major scale part and a minor scale part in there, from what I understood, at least when I was trying to play the notes on the piano. And because I had 4 outputs, I am sending 2 of the outputs that you hear into the clouds, and clouds is animating it a little bit too, and gives it the famous reverb and a little bit that hiss. Sounds like it's being played by a loop, and the modulations give it like a lot of flutter, Like it's just like really like a tape loop, really. I mean, some notes are just really a little bit out of tune. That makes it very charming. And yeah, what a surprise for me to hear this. I loved it. I started with this one for this patch, so that was the beginning point. And then I just didn't want to keep it very simple, and I wanted to dirty it up a little bit with the samples from the Somath. Anyway, and the third output I'm sending into the reverb, reverb, and that creates an extra melody actually. That I could use it to solo as a solo voice. And together there's some interesting rhythms happening at the same time. And they go in and out. So this is for me heaven. This is why I'm I'm using my modular system. This is why I'm so happy to use it for this kind of adventures. Anyway, together, let's see. I started the track with the rings, slowly bringing the rings in. And then I will add the samples from the morphogene. Because it has more short sounds and weird stuff that I thought goes together with the sounds, the string sounds from the rings. And I wanted to have that in the beginning of the track. Somehow the morphogene gives depth to rings. And then I will slowly put two of the voices from the tides. And I think I just muted tides from the mixer just to have the entrance of these beautiful voices without the tides, but with the atmosphere from the sample still in the background. And then I will just fade the rings again back in. And whenever I'm ready, I will just bring the solo voice from Tides. And although I'm not modulating the verb, it's an amazing module. It's so organic. It's the frequencies that go through it have make it react differently. So I didn't think I set it up in where I wanted to have it. And anyway, this solo voice, I didn't want to make it very complex because there's a lot of movement already and a lot of things happening in the background there. And then of course there I just turn things on and off just to create some variations, to create some kind of structure into the track. And I don't want the solo track to be too long also. And I think I also just eventually muted the samples. My goal was to end up again with rings to finish where I started, make a circle. I think I added a little bit of the samples at the end, going through some external effects you don't see in the screen there, just a little bit in there. And eventually I took away tights completely. And the rings slowly take it out. And the samples going through extra effects. Extra effects is like a reverb and a bit of a delay. I just have them always connected here just in case I need that extra spooky atmosphere. No, this is it. I was so happy about it that I wanted to make immediately a video. And I hope you guys like it. You'll find in the description the full track to listen to and enjoy. And it will hopefully be on my on one of my albums. My second album is just came out, and there's a lot of support there, so thank you very much. It will be also in the description to check it out. I hope guys you have some ideas to do, some your own ideas to work with by watching this video. And I will keep making this, hoping that brings some inspiration to you guys. Till the next one. Have a good day or evening, depends when you're watching. Okay, bye.